What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and we have roster moves, man. We waived Chandler Martin and Isaiah King, two linebackers, to sign a DN, AJ Epinesa, a guard, Michael Jordan. Not the Michael Jordan that is a GOAT in basketball. This is a guard, Michael Jordan. These guys, bless you. These guys, um, probably a roster fills. They're probably roster fills. But it's a lot of hype behind AJ Epinesa, so uh don't sleep on him because it might be a lot of people putting out stuff to show you how good. Because I think he played for the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons, so a lot of hype behind him. All right, with the last day of mandatory mini camps, Jalen Hurts had a so-so game. Defense has been very dominant in OTAs. Defense has been very dominant in mini camps, and Jalen Hurts has been pretty efficient throughout it all. And he actually made, like, I would say, yeah, he did. If you look at the numbers, he actually performed worse than he did yesterday. Yesterday he's pretty efficient, just no big splash plays, no turnovers, so that's good. And in this practice, he actually did have a turnover, but he made some pretty good throws as well. I mean, still some bright spots to look at when looking at the offense. He was out. He was without AJ Brown. I mean, I'm sorry. He was without Devontae Smith. He was without Mekhi Lemon. Um, who else? Jalen Carter. I'm guessing they're trying to take it, easy on Jalen Carter coming back from shoulder injuries. So they didn't want him in like team practices, but he did one-on-ones, and then he did some other stuff too, individual drills, one-on-one. We're gonna get into some of the plays that was made, some of the things that I observed from Twitch, and the little film that I could find. Um, my opinions on what the offense is looking like right now. Um, some of the guys went on and did their press conferences. Cam Jerkins was one of them, who kind of assured us that he's feeling much better after the stem cell procedure. A lot less pain than he was going through the season of last year, which is good. No pain. I mean, well, I mean, he didn't say no pain. He said a lot less pain. So that's really good, man, because you got Lane Johnson who's back, and he said he's 100%. Landon Dickerson, he might not be 100%, but he's moving better. If y'all remember what Landon Dickerson looked like last year, the man looked like it hurt to walk. Cam Jerkins was somewhat on the same thing too, but they grown man, they ain't gonna ball up in a fetal position. So it looks good that we got guys who are running again. I remember Cam Jerkins said it was hard for him to walk, and he's walking pain free. I'm loving all that. We're gonna get into all that. Usar Bernard. I know a lot of people are high on Usar Bernard. I'm one of them. Usar Bernard came on to speak, and he said something that's very Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. I'm gonna talk to you after we get through that video of Usar Bernard's press conference. I'm gonna point something out again. I'm gonna keep pointing it out until we find the value in our head coach and or our quarterback number one. Jonathan Grenard spoke so highly of Jalen Hunt and Nolan Smith, both Jalen Hunt and Nolan Smith. We had Dontavian Wicks, who actually spoke as well in a press conference, and I took what he said about Rick Woodland, and I got that video, and I want Rick Woodland, man. We're gonna get to him in the end, but good night, how wrong I was about that, man. If y'all going out there pulling film, I'm gonna say it first. I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. Yeah, Rick Woodland has just been he's just been him. From turnovers to breakups. He's been a guy you can't really pass on. And I got a couple of videos showing the hype. Some of the guys are starting to see the hype, and and I'm gonna show y'all those videos in my video. So say I done fell so many times, but I got back up. I've been drugged through the mud, like it ain't been enough. I'm still going, 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 still going. And I done felt so much pain that I wanna give up, but I can't stop now, cause I've been through too much. I'm still going, 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 still going. All right, let's get on to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts again. He was without his star wide receiver. He was out. He was without his rookie wide receiver. Eli Stowers didn't get much time. So he had Dallas Goedert. He had Dontavian Wicks. He had Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore was the three guys that he was throwing to, and he struggled a bit. He struggled a bit. It was he was 6 for 14, no touchdowns, one interception. Yeah. So Smitty was gone with an excused absence. It was a personal reason. We all know that Mekhi Lemon is out with the hamstring. Um, we'll get to some of the positives. We'll get to some of the positives. The positives was that Jalen Hurts dropped a pass in, a 15-yard pass over Cooper DeJean to Dontavius Wicks. And they said they put in there perfectly thrown. Like he couldn't have thrown it no better. So that's an upside. This defense is so good. Like last year, I think the biggest fall for this defense was like you can pick on a corner. Can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? You got three corners. You can't do it now. So, man, this defense is a terror for the NFL. Let's go into another one. Well, while under center, Jalen Hurts dropped back and he threw one on the middle of the field to Dallas Goedert, and a good completion to Dallas Goedert. One thing that I'm starting to notice is Josh Grizzard is somebody we was looking at as far as the offensive coordinator job, but he came in as the pass game coordinator, and he's gonna be helping Sean Mannion put up some concepts. And one thing that I noticed, one thing that I guess writers and media noticed, that he was trying to implement, or Sean Mannion and company was implementing a more passing to the running backs. And if you know Josh Grizzard, he did that a lot in Tampa Bay with Bucky Irvin and is it Devin White? Devin White and Bucky Irvin. The two running backs, in which they had like a lot of passing yards. Because he kind of put that into the game plan. So they were using a lot of Tank Bigsby. They were using a whole lot of Tank Bigsby and some Saquon. Saquon can catch these wheel routes. I don't know if y'all remember in Denver when we played Denver, it wasn't even in the playbook. Him and Jalen Hurts just decided they're gonna do a wheel route and end up scoring on it. And you remember Saquon ran back to the sideline, was like, that's not even in the playbook. That's not even in the playbook. So I can see that being very, very big for us, man. And however to get the defense stretched out, man. You know what I'm saying? So I actually found, if y'all watch my video from yesterday, I actually found the Sports Illustrated duos, the NFL duos, and the five. I think it's four. It was four NFL duos or four other teams that they felt like was better than our duo. And I'm gonna show them here. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like, give me your opinion on this, because I mean Isaiah. I think Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco, I think that's pretty solid. Smith, Swift, and the other guy. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Swift and the other guys better than our duo. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, because you know how they do us. You know how they do us. Philadelphia Eagles, you know how they do us. So moving on. Usar Bernard. Usar Bernard was asked. He was asked if he wanted to what kind of stuff he's doing on his off time, what he want to do, and he was kind of really like, "Look, I'm locked in."
I just focus on playbook and my teammate. Coming into the building is fun for me, and I love it here. I want to grow every day, so I keep my focus in the building, keeping the main thing.
He said, "Keep the main thing, the main thing." We done built like a culture here, and I think it's mainly because one, I'm gonna say Nick Sirianni. We don't give enough credit to what kind of culture Nick Sirianni builds for this football team. I understand he might be one of the most annoying coaches in football. I'll take that. When you build a competition-based locker room. Now, Jalen Hurts gets everybody to believe in the plan, but Nick Sirianni sets the ground and foundation for how you act and how you conduct yourself as a pro football player. When you get in the game, then Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts. He's gonna be the guy who get everybody to fall in line on the field. But it gotta start somewhere so there's no rubbing. There's no no friction behind it. Nick Sirianni do much more than people give him credit for. And I'm somebody who I'm kind of critical on. I would really love for him to stop touching my offense. I said my offense. I would really love for him to stop touching the offense. Don't touch it. Don't do nothing. Like, you can look at it. Just don't say nothing. Stay in the back and don't say nothing. And Jalen Hurts, it rubs off. When you got people who come in every day and they're consistent every day to get better, you have no choice to get better or get away from them. All right. Jonathan Grenard spoke about Nolan Smith. One of the things that we find about Nolan Smith that he pretty much pointed out too. So
What's on that? What do you see in Jalen?
Jalix is like a freak of like he's an athlete, and I think that's the part where when I seen him when we played, obviously last year he got a pick six on us in Minnesota. Well, that was pretty crazy. But he's an athlete, and how like young he is, and like where his game could really go is crazy. He's making certain pass rush moves. I'm like, man, this kid like he is the athletic bend that you can't really teach. It's just natural for him. He has a natural feel for the game. And I mentioned the athlete. He obviously led the team in picks. So you see me had a pick yesterday. So it's just like him doing these things it doesn't surprise me because I've always watched him when I was in Minnesota. I always watch everybody. But he's been as advertised. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year too, for sure.
Similar note, what's been your impressions of Nolan?
Oh, no. He's a Georgia boy, so I'm a little biased. You know what I mean? That's my Georgia boys. But Nolan is great, man. I think his relentlessness and his mindset every day he comes into practice. Sometimes you think he's a 7-8 year vet like myself sometimes where we just carry on conversation. But he understands what's up. He understands the position that he's in. He understands how at the defensive end position how we can take over games. And I think he's taking that on a chip on his shoulder. He's elevating his game, bigger, stronger, faster, asking more questions. He be locked in. So I'm really excited. Like those two, Jalix and Nola, I mean, their game is only going to continue to grow. And I think my job here is just continue to help them with that. I'm just going to, any 2 cents I can add, I'm going to do that to make sure that they get to that point that I know they want to get to.
Have you started kind of thinking about what it would be like with Jordan Davis?
So, Jalen's Hunt is just an athlete. He started his college career as safety, and then they moved him to defensive end, outside linebacker, to the point that where he is leading in his second year is leading the Philadelphia Eagles not only in sacks, but in interceptions. He had an interception yesterday. He had a sack yesterday. Jalen Hunt is quietly becoming really, really good. And if Nolan don't pick it up, he don't show us something pretty soon. And I mean soon. This is his last year. They're going to let Nolan go. They're going to let Nolan go. And I really can't say much about it because Jalen Hunt is performing so well. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that they throw a bunch of money at you and you just don't show nothing no more. It's going to get interesting if Jalen Hunt and Nolan Smith get somewhere near 10 sacks. It's going to get interesting. I love to see that dilemma. That's a good dilemma for us. To figure out who we want to keep. That's a good dilemma for us. All right, moving on. We got Dontavius Wicks. And look, I'm finally saying his name right, y'all. Rotate.
Guy like Reek, that's long. You know, he'll grab, so you got to be physical and getting out because, you know, refs ain't calling every play. So, you know, it's fun going against a guy like Reek because now you don't know what's coming. When you get to the top of the route, he got footwork and, you know, he big, so he trusts his hands. So, you know, I think that helped me out. You know, so now I got a gist of what I want to do, you know, when I'm going against him, and that made me better. So.
It seemed he was asking to rap a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I never really thought of him as a smooth route runner. I didn't see that from him. Maybe he'll show me something in the season, maybe preseason or something like that. But he did catch a ball over Rick Woodland. Caught a ball over him. And remember, I was saying before the camp started, he just need to make 2 plays for me. He made his 2 plays. He had the pass over Rick Woodland and he had the pass over Cooper DeJean. He made his 2 plays. Look, man, he is a lot better than I gave him credit for, that we are giving him credit for. Because nobody's talking about him like that. He's going to be a big part of this offense. Rick Woodland has been just lights out at corner. I can understand why nobody tries Quinyon Mitchell. I can understand it. We all can understand it. You don't want to test him. Let him sleep down there. But it don't seem like a better option to shoot the other way. I'm going to give y'all some stats in 2 days. In 2 days, I'm going to give y'all some stats. Rick Woodland has 2 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, 1 sack. And they not playing full games. They playing one-on-ones. Ain't no pass rush, none of that. I don't want to hear nothing about you was the one who said without a pass rush, he ain't that good. I did say that. I was wrong. So, I don't know what you do, man. What do you do with this? What did you do with this defense? I know a lot of people was talking about safety. Safety's fine. This defense is dominating. Dominating this offense. Rick Woodland had a pass breakup on Smitty. He had an interception on Dallas Goedert. Both passes was from Jalen Hurts. And it was a read and react interception from Dallas Goedert. Now I get that one it's like somewhat the same as we seen Quinyon Mitchell do on the tight ends for the 49ers of the last season. He had 2 interceptions, 1 was on the tight end. You know, they cut out, he come back behind him and he pick it off. Same thing with Rick Woodland. He's just really, really good. He's just really, really good. And people are starting to notice.
The player of the day alongside Andy Dalton was Rick Woolen. Rick Woolen ran stride for stride with Hollywood Brown on a deep shot from Jalen Hurts. His play was incomplete. He had a breakup in the end zone during a red zone period. You could just see his length and movement ability. He's tough to get around. He's just really tough to get around. I'm fascinated because I've never seen or covered a player with these type of dimensions, and I could see that. As long as he's able to take to this defense and be assignment sound and someone that Vic Fangio can trust, I think he's going to have a nice season.
Yeah, people starting to notice. I love it, man. But we're going to have to pay this kid because I feel like he is going to lock some stuff down. This is our year to get this championship. All the offense got to do is put up, I'm going to say 16 points. I'm going to say 16 points. If they put up 16 points, we win any game. There's not a team that beats us past 16 points with this defense. Now, if we get some crazy injuries, okay, I can see it then. But not this defense. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so y'all stop missing these videos. And we out, man. Let's go Birds.